Hello and welcome. I'm Mariana Trapnell, President and Chief Excel Geek here at Accelerations. All right, this is it, the moment you've been waiting for. Today, we're actually going to combine index and match into a single formula, or what's known as a nested formula. Just a caution though, if you haven't already watched the last few videos on how to create index and match formulas separately, you might want to check those out first. It's really important to understand the individual pieces before you try and combine them into a single formula. Excel is great at powerful analysis, but it's also really picky. So if you get a single bracket or number out of place, you might get a ref or NA error instead of the value you're actually looking for. All right, that said, let's take a look at a nested formula. All right, the index match nest. So what is a nested formula? Basically, it's a combination of two formulas into a single cell. The formula is calculated from the inside out to arrive at a single result. So here's an example of one that we're actually going to create today, believe it or not. This is index with match inside it. All right, did I just blow your mind? Is that super scary or what? Well, first and foremost, when working with nested formulas, keep calm and don't panic. Basically, we build a nested formula piece by piece, not in one giant string. So the end product may look a bit scary, but usually it started out as a much smaller formula and then just got added to and added to and added to and added to until it looked like that. All right, and we gradually keep adding pieces until it's completely automated. So if you recall, this is the report we were working with last week, and we had been looking for this 79,000 down here in row 16 and column 3. So first we created our index formula and said row 16, column 3. And then the next week, we actually added in a calculation to say, okay, you tell me what row it is, and you tell me what column it is, and then we'll return whatever's at the center of those two. All right, and we said, okay, index C155 to G176, which is this blue area highlighted in the grid here. And then we said return whatever's in K155 as the row number, and whatever's in L153 as the column number. All right, so that's a pretty straightforward formula. There's not too much going on, just a couple of references. So that's not too scary. However, we would actually like it to look something like this formula here. So how are we going to do that all in one cell? Well, basically, as I said, we build it piece by piece. So we've already got the components here. All I need to do now is replace K155 with the formula that's in K155, and likewise for L153. So let's take a look at how that would work. I am actually going to copy this entire formula except the equal sign. I'm just going to hit Control-C on my keyboard to copy it. And you can see it's just the one that we created last time to return the 16. Okay, so we've copied that, and then I'm just going to hit Escape to get out of the formula. Now I'm going to go back to my original index formula, and instead of saying K155, I'm going to highlight it and just delete that. And between the two commas here that are left, I'm going to put in Control-V to paste in that match formula I just calculated. Now, before going too far on this, I'm going to hit Enter and make sure that it's still actually returning something. Okay, good. It's still returning the right result, so that's good. If it had returned an error, then I would realize that maybe I put a comma in the wrong place or something, and I just hit undo and try again. Okay, so now we've replaced that K155 with this match formula. And now I want to do the same thing with L153. So instead of saying, go look at L153, I just want to do it in one step. So again, just highlight in L153. I'm going to copy the formula except for the equal sign using Control-C. hit escape to get out of it, and then go into this one, and instead of L153, I'm going to delete that. So right after this comma, before the bracket, I'm just going to hit Control V and paste that in. And now if you look closely, this formula in the formula bar here actually looks an awful lot like this formula right here. In fact, it's the same one. So really not that scary at all, right? It's just a bit of copy and paste and we're done. So if I hit enter, just to make sure it's going to work for me, yes, it does. And now the beauty of this is actually now that it's all in one single cell, I don't actually need these references at all. So I can delete that, and I can delete that, and you can see it didn't affect my result at all, which means it's no longer reliant on the values in those cells. It simply calculates match right in the middle of it. All right, so that is how you build an index match nested formula from the little building blocks that we've already been talking about previously. So first, please try doing that at home. Don't be scared. It works fine, and if it doesn't, it'll just return an error. Nothing's going to blow up. So just try it out and see what happens. And then once you get a chance to do that, if you wouldn't mind dropping me a line at mariana@accelerations.com and let me know if this is useful for you, that would be great. And if you have any suggestions about other videos you'd like to see or topics, feel free to let me know. And then, of course, I'd also be interested in hearing, what kind of data you've tried this index match formula on yourself. All right, that's it for this week. Go forth and try it out and let me know how it goes. I'll talk to you soon.